Have you ever felt like the universe is trying to tell you something? From unexplained restlessness to repeating patterns in your life, these aren't just coincidences. They're powerful spiritual warning signs you shouldn't ignore. In today's video, we're diving into 7 key signs that could be pointing you toward a deeper truth or calling for change in your life. Stay with me as we uncover what these signs mean and how to respond to them before it's too late. Feeling unexplainable restlessness. Have you ever felt a deep sense of unease, even when everything in your life seems fine on the surface? This unexplainable restlessness can be one of the most common spiritual warning signs. It often arises when your inner self or soul is trying to communicate with you. This feeling isn't random. It's a call to pay attention, slow down, and reflect on your life's direction. Restlessness is like an alarm clock for the soul, urging you to wake up and reassess whether you're living in alignment with your true purpose. It might feel like something is missing or out of place, even if you can't immediately identify what it is. This sensation often surfaces when you've outgrown certain aspects of your life, such as a job, relationship, or habit that no longer serves your growth. One reason restlessness occurs is that your inner self knows you're meant for something greater. Maybe you've been settling for a path that feels safe and familiar, but isn't fulfilling your deeper aspirations. This discontent is a spiritual nudge, encouraging you to explore new possibilities and take risks to pursue what truly lights up your soul. It's also important to understand that restlessness can stem from ignoring your intuition for too long. Intuition is a powerful guide, and when we suppress it, choosing logic, fear, or societal expectations over our inner voice, it can manifest as a persistent sense of unease. This is your spirit's way of reminding you to trust yourself and follow the guidance that comes from within. To address restlessness, start by creating space for introspection. Spend time journaling or meditating, asking yourself honest questions like, what is this feeling trying to tell me? Or where in my life do I feel out of alignment? Listen closely to your answers without judgment. Additionally, reconnect with your passions and values. What activities make you feel alive and energized? What dreams have you put on hold? Pursuing these things, even in small steps, can help ease the restlessness and bring you closer to your authentic self. Ultimately, feeling unexplainable restlessness isn't something to fear. It's a gift. It's a sign that your soul is calling you to step into a more aligned, meaningful life. By paying attention and taking action, you can transform this unease into a powerful force for personal growth and fulfillment. Repeating negative patterns. Do you ever feel like you're stuck in a loop, experiencing the same challenges or setbacks over and over again? Whether it's struggling with toxic relationships, financial difficulties, or a constant sense of procrastination, repeating negative patterns are more than just frustrating. They're spiritual warning signs trying to grab your attention. These recurring situations often indicate that there's a deeper lesson you haven't yet learned. Life has a way of presenting us with the same challenges until we finally address the root cause. It's like being in school. If you don't pass the test, you'll keep retaking the class. Similarly, these patterns persist until you break free by identifying and resolving the underlying issue. For instance, if you frequently find yourself in unhealthy relationships, it might be a sign to evaluate your self-worth or establish stronger boundaries. If financial struggles are a constant theme, perhaps there's a need to shift your mindset around money or develop better financial habits. These patterns are rarely random. They often point to areas where healing, growth, or change is needed. Another reason these patterns repeat is that we unconsciously gravitate toward what feels familiar, even if it's harmful. This is especially true when unresolved traumas or limiting beliefs from the past are at play. For example, if you grew up in an environment where love was conditional, you might unconsciously seek out relationships that mirror that dynamic, even if it leads to pain. Recognizing this cycle is the first step to breaking it. So, how do you address repeating negative patterns? Start by observing your life with curiosity and honesty. Identify the areas where these patterns show up and look for common threads. Ask yourself, what lesson might this situation be teaching me? Or, what role am I playing in this cycle? Taking responsibility for your part is empowering and allows you to take meaningful action. Once you've identified the pattern, focus on making small but intentional changes. This might involve setting boundaries, seeking therapy or guidance, or reprogramming limiting beliefs through affirmations and mindfulness practices. The key is to break the cycle by doing something different than what you've always done. Remember, repeating negative patterns aren't punishments, they're opportunities for growth. By facing them head-on, you can free yourself from the loop and move closer to a life of alignment, peace, and fulfillment. Constant fatigue or burnout. Do you feel exhausted no matter how much rest you get? Constant fatigue or burnout is more than just physical tiredness. It's often a spiritual warning sign that your energy is being depleted in ways you might not immediately recognize. When you ignore this fatigue, it can spiral into emotional, mental, and even physical distress, pulling you further away from your true path. Burnout often occurs when we're out of alignment with our purpose or when we're giving too much of ourselves to things that don't truly matter. This might include staying in a job that drains your energy, maintaining one-sided relationships, or pursuing goals that aren't meaningful to you. Your soul knows when you're pouring energy into the wrong places, and it signals this misalignment through persistent exhaustion. Another root cause of burnout is neglecting your own needs. In a fast-paced world that glorifies constant productivity, it's easy to forget the importance of rest, self-care, and connection to your inner self. When you're always on, you disconnect from the natural rhythms of your body and spirit, leading to feelings of depletion. Fatigue can also result from carrying emotional baggage. Unresolved grief, anger, or stress can weigh heavily on your spirit, draining your vitality. If you've been avoiding difficult emotions or situations, this avoidance can manifest as exhaustion, signaling that it's time to confront what you've been suppressing. To address constant fatigue or burnout, it's essential to prioritize self-awareness and self-care. Start by evaluating where your energy is going. Are you saying yes to obligations that don't serve you? Are you neglecting activities that bring you joy and fulfillment? Learning to set boundaries and protect your energy is crucial. Next, reconnect with practices that nourish your spirit. Meditation, journaling, spending time in nature, or simply taking a break from the noise of daily life can help you recharge. Reflect on whether your current lifestyle aligns with your values and passions. If it doesn't, consider what changes you can make to realign with your true self. It's also important to release emotional burdens. Seek therapy, confide in trusted friends, or use techniques like breathwork or energy healing to process and let go of what's weighing you down. Ultimately, constant fatigue or burnout is your soul's way of asking you to slow down, reassess, and realign. By listening to this warning sign and making intentional changes, you can restore your energy and move toward a life that feels both balanced and fulfilling. Losing interest in things you once loved. Have you ever found yourself feeling indifferent toward activities or hobbies that once brought you immense joy? Losing interest in things you once loved is a powerful spiritual warning sign that something within you is shifting. It may feel unsettling or confusing, but this loss of enthusiasm is often a signal that your soul is calling for growth, change, or deeper alignment with your true self. This experience often happens when you've outgrown certain aspects of your life. Just as we naturally evolve physically and emotionally, our spiritual needs also change over time. What once fueled your passion may no longer resonate with the person you are becoming. For instance, a career or hobby that used to excite you might feel empty or monotonous, because it no longer aligns with your deeper purpose or current values. Another reason for this disinterest can be emotional or mental burnout. When life feels overwhelming, even the things you love can lose their spark. In these cases, it's not necessarily that your interests have changed, but rather that you're running on empty and lack the energy to engage fully. This could be a sign that it's time to step back, rest, and recharge. Sometimes losing interest can also indicate a need to explore new paths. Your inner self might be nudging you to step outside your comfort zone and discover new passions or experiences that align better with your evolving identity. This transition can feel uncomfortable, but it's often necessary for personal and spiritual growth. To address this feeling, begin by acknowledging and accepting it without judgment. Losing interest doesn't mean you've failed or that something is wrong with you. It's a natural part of life's journey. Take time to reflect on why you feel this way. Are you burned out? Have your priorities shifted? Or are you simply craving something new? Next, create space for exploration and self-discovery. Try new activities, read books that challenge your perspective, or spend time in nature to reconnect with yourself. Sometimes reigniting your passion requires stepping away for a while and allowing yourself the freedom to miss it. Ultimately, losing interest in things you once loved is a sign of transformation. It's an invitation to reevaluate your life, let go of what no longer serves you, and embrace the opportunities for growth and discovery that lie ahead. Listen to this inner call and trust that it's leading you toward a more fulfilling path. Strong emotional reactions. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by intense emotions that seem to come out of nowhere? Perhaps you were unexpectedly angered by a minor comment or brought to tears by a seemingly small moment. Strong emotional reactions can be confusing, but they're often spiritual warning signs pointing to deeper truths about your inner state. These emotions serve as guides, revealing unresolved wounds, unmet needs, or areas of your life that require healing and attention. Emotions are a natural part of being human, but when they feel disproportionate to the situation, it's a signal that something deeper is at play. For example, sudden anger might stem from repressed frustration, unhealed past traumas, or a situation where you feel disrespected. Similarly, unexpected sadness may be linked to unresolved grief, feelings of disconnection, or unmet emotional needs. Strong emotional reactions often arise when we suppress or ignore our inner truths for too long. When we push our feelings aside in the name of productivity, social expectations, or avoidance, they don't disappear, they build up beneath the surface. Eventually, they burst forth, demanding to be acknowledged. These reactions are your spirit's way of saying, "Pay attention to me." Another cause of intense emotions can be external triggers that mirror unresolved issues. For example, if someone's behavior makes you feel rejected or criticized, it might touch on a deeper wound from your past. Recognizing these triggers can help you understand where healing is needed. To address strong emotional reactions, start by practicing mindfulness. When an intense emotion arises, pause and take a deep breath. Instead of reacting impulsively, ask yourself, what is this feeling trying to tell me? Journaling can also help you explore your emotions in depth, uncovering patterns and connections you may not have noticed before. It's equally important to approach your emotions with self-compassion. Avoid judging yourself for feeling too much. Emotions aren't weaknesses, they're powerful signals that can guide you toward greater self-awareness and growth. Finally, consider seeking support when needed. Talking to a trusted friend, mentor, or therapist can provide valuable insights and help you navigate overwhelming emotions in a healthy way. Strong emotional reactions aren't random. They're messages from your inner self, urging you to pay attention to areas that need healing, growth, or change. By embracing these emotions with curiosity and understanding, you can uncover profound truths about yourself and move toward a more balanced and aligned life. Dreams or visions with a message. Have you ever had a dream so vivid or symbolic that it lingered with you long after waking? Or perhaps you've experienced a vision or daydream that felt significant, as though it carried a deeper meaning. These are not random occurrences. They are spiritual messages, a way for your subconscious mind or higher self to communicate with you. Paying attention to these dreams and visions can offer profound guidance, insight, and even warnings. Dreams are the language of the subconscious mind, a space where suppressed emotions, unresolved conflicts, and spiritual truths often surface. They can reveal hidden fears, desires, or aspects of your life that need attention. For example, recurring dreams about being lost might indicate feelings of confusion or a lack of direction in your waking life. Similarly, dreams about falling could symbolize fear of failure or losing control. Visions, on the other hand, often occur when you're in a relaxed or meditative state. They might take the form of mental images, symbols, or even flashes of clarity about a situation in your life. Unlike ordinary daydreams, these visions feel purposeful and can leave you with a strong sense of knowing or urgency. Sometimes these dreams and visions carry universal symbols or archetypes, such as water representing emotions, bridges symbolizing transitions, or keys signifying solutions. Other times, they may involve personal symbols that hold unique meaning for you, like a loved one appearing with advice or a specific place you associate with comfort or fear. To make the most of these messages, start by keeping a dream journal. Write down your dreams as soon as you wake up, capturing as many details as possible. Look for patterns, recurring symbols, or themes that resonate with your waking life. With time, you may notice connections between your dreams and the challenges or questions you're facing. When it comes to visions, practice mindfulness or meditation to open yourself to receiving these insights. Reflect on the images or messages you receive, and trust your intuition to interpret their meaning. Above all, don't dismiss dreams or visions as meaningless. They are often the universe's way of guiding you, offering clarity, or helping you navigate your path. By paying attention and acting on the messages they bring, you can align more deeply with your purpose and unlock a greater understanding of your journey. Synchronicities you can't ignore. Have you ever noticed a series of coincidences that feel too meaningful to be random? Maybe you keep seeing the same number repeatedly, run into an old friend right when you were thinking about them, or stumble upon information that perfectly answers a question you've been grappling with. These events, known as synchronicities, are not mere accidents. They're spiritual messages designed to capture your attention and guide you. Synchronicities are the universe's way of communicating with you, aligning seemingly unrelated events to provide signs or confirmation. They often occur when you're at a crossroads in life or seeking clarity on a decision. These experiences are like breadcrumbs, gently nudging you toward a path that resonates with your higher purpose. For example, seeing repeating numbers such as 1111 or 333 is a common synchronicity. These angel numbers are thought to carry specific meanings. 1111 might signal a new beginning, while 333 could indicate alignment with mind, body, and spirit. Similarly, hearing the same phrase or idea from multiple sources in a short span of time might mean that it's something you need to pay attention to. Another hallmark of synchronicities is their emotional impact. They often leave you feeling a sense of wonder or a "this can't be a coincidence" moment. That emotional response is your intuition recognizing the significance of the event. To recognize synchronicities, you need to be open and aware. Busy, distracted minds often overlook these subtle signs. Start by slowing down and paying attention to your surroundings. Journaling your experiences can also help you track patterns and notice recurring themes in your life. When you encounter a synchronicity, ask yourself, what was I thinking or feeling just before this happened? Often, synchronicities are connected to your thoughts, questions, or intentions. They're like a mirror reflecting what's going on in your inner world. It's also important to act on these signs. Synchronicities are not just random occurrences to marvel at. They're invitations to trust your intuition and take steps toward what feels right. Whether it's pursuing an opportunity, letting go of something that no longer serves you, or simply shifting your perspective, following the guidance of synchronicities can lead to profound transformation. Ultimately, synchronicities remind us that we are deeply connected to the universe. By embracing these moments and trusting their guidance, you can align with the flow of life and move closer to your highest purpose. Spiritual warning signs are not here to scare us. They're here to guide us toward a more aligned, purposeful, and fulfilling life. By paying attention to these signs, whether it's through restlessness, emotional reactions, or synchronicities, you can tap into a deeper connection with yourself and the universe. If any of these signs resonated with you, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who might need to hear this message. Thank you for watching, and remember, the universe is always guiding you if you're willing to listen.